Hey everyone, I'm Jerry Miculek. I'm at Big Daddy, and you've just obtained your first firearm and you're thinking, where do I go from here? So I'm going to walk you through some items here that I consider necessary, and of course safety is number one. When you're on the range, eye and hearing protection is mandatory, so don't skimp on that, guys. If you're going to buy some hearing protection, I always recommend something that's electronic, that'll amplify the sound. And what that allows you to do as a shooter or a competitor, you can hear better. You're going to be more relaxed. You don't have to strain to hear. They work really great. These are made by Champion. They're one of my sponsors. Just great products. Safety glasses also, guys. A lot of prescription, a lot of sunglasses are not safety glasses. And these are made by Magpul. It's a really quality product. And what you're going to find when you buy a firearm, they come with a lock and a chamber flag. So you have your first handgun, it comes with the lock, chamber flag. This little piece of plastic right here, guys, if you're not using your firearm, you want to put it back in the chamber. And what that does for you, it gives you a visual that the firearm is not loaded. This goes into the chamber, so you cannot put it into a chamber with a cartridge. So when you see this in the gun, you know it's totally empty. It's going to be safe in that condition. And the next thing would be, of course, your choice of ammunition. So if you have a 9mm, which is probably one of the most commonly used handguns right now, we're all guilty of buying the cheapest range ammunition when you go out and train. But what you want to realize, that's probably not the ammunition you're going to carry for the purpose that you had bought the firearm to begin with. So you want defensive ammunition. And that's where the great differences is the pressure curve, the bullet weights. So if you go to the range and practice, and you're out there with just some full metal jacket ammo, that's good. But when you carry the firearm, you probably want to have a good quality hollow point or an expanding bullet to get the maximum benefit of the cartridge. Hornady makes a great round. It's called Critical Defense. It's what I carry in the gun. But what I want to stress to you is the fact that I just bought a firearm and I just shot 1,000 rounds of ball ammunition through it. It ran 100%. Now I'm going to put a totally different cartridge in it and I'm going to carry it. You really don't want to have that first time experience, should you have to use it, that the gun does not like this ammunition. So most quality handguns, when you buy them, will digest just anything you put into it. But personally, I like to shoot my cartridge of choice at least 200 or 300 rounds in the firearm that I carry. And I want to shoot it in different positions, which means two-hand, strong hand hold, shoot it weak hand, kind of limp wrist it to see if the gun is going to work. So ammunition is very quality manufacturer, but you want to make sure that your choice of ammunition is going to run when you carry it for the intended purpose. So that's a little bit on ammunition. And then of course the accessories that go with the gun would be extra magazines. So I usually have maybe 5 or 6 mags per handgun. And what I like to do on my magazines is also put a number on them. You can take a marker, or you can take an ink pen, or whatever you need to mark in it and to identify each magazine with a number. So if you're on the range and should you have a malfunction and you look at the firearm and it's magazine number 2, you can put it in a color pile or use it just for training and not to carry. So you want to always be picky on your ammunition, and also very picky on your magazines. Most firearms now, the quality is so high you won't have a problem, but I always want to go with 100%. So different magazines give you that option of running the best. One thing is going to be mandatory when you have a firearm, of course, is cleaning equipment. I've been using Hoppies for a long time. Give you an idea, the bore snake that they manufacture is a very easy way to clean your chamber and your barrel all in one application. You want a good quality synthetic oil and also a good bore cleaner, and they have all that available. So it's everything you want is going to be right there with Hoppies, so on the cleaning side. The next thing you want to have, of course, I've got a firearm, I have accessories. You want to have a bag to put everything in. And what you want to look for in a bag, a carry bag, of course, is a place to put your firearm. This one is padded, but what I look for in a carry bag would be, where can I put my extra magazines? So this one has a side compartment with 3 or 4 or 5 slots, and I have my magazines numbered, and I usually put them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I go to the range, it's all there to be had. You don't have to go digging for it. Another thing, guys, back to safety. I always try to have a trauma kit with me on the range. This is a really neat one. It has a tourniquet, quick clot, and a few bandages, and can get you over the hump should you need it. Hope you never need it, but it's good to have it, just like eyes and ears. A trauma kit is not a bad thing to have with you. So if you have a firearm and it's not on your person, The one thing you want to always do is not to leave it unattended. You want to unload it. And an item like this is a security rated item. In a lot of states it's mandatory that you have an apparatus like this or a safe. The least you would like to do is to put the supplied lock in the handgun if you're not using it. And the even better way is to get it visually out of line of sight and put it into a safe like this one. This is a snap safe. It's key operated or it's pad operated with a code. So you don't even need a key to actually open it. You can go with a code and you can get a quick access to your firearm should you want to leave it loaded in the house. And you can also mount it down into a wall or a tabletop, and it's another level of security. So there you have it, guys. These are my recommendations for a basic start of being a responsible gun owner. And you might have noticed the safety part of the aspect here is what I stress a lot. I've been doing this a long time. I want you to have a really safe experience from the start to the finish. Another thing I might recommend, guys, is quality firearms training. It will make you a safer gun owner right off the bat. So there you have it, guys. My choices, safety oriented, and it's all about fun and all about get some.